Hi there. Welcome to episode 3, pending a title. I'm Matt or Mike, whatever you refer to me as. I'm here with my buddy Max, and we are
Also known as
super excited to be
Snacks. Yes.
Snacks Max. Very common nickname for this one. And I mean, I can speak for myself and probably him too, that we're really excited to be doing this again. We had a lot of fun, Max.
Yes. Glad to be here. I love
Always glad
that.
to be
I love
here.
our support, the views. Really, we're doing it for the community,
Always doing it for the community.
for Cleveland.
Always for Cleveland. Um, anyway, let's get started on a topic that I think shook the sports world this week, hit close to home for me, and that was the almost tragic car accident that Tiger Woods suffered at about 7:12 a.m. on the way to a photo shoot with I believe it was David Spade and Dwayne Wade over at LA Country Club, and he crashed on a windy road in what was it, Ranchos Palos Verdes. Now, for those who don't know, he's out of surgery. He had a compound fracture on his right leg and a broken ankle on his left leg. He's okay. We don't know what kind of recovery he'll make as an athlete, but he's not going anywhere. He's safe. I remember thinking when I first saw the photos and the images of what happened, I immediately connected my brain to what happened with Kobe Bryant. Max, I know you're not as big of a golf fan or connoisseur as I'd consider myself to be. How did that make you feel?
No, anytime something like that happens, it's super scary. Tiger Woods has done a lot for golf and other things as well as being one of the best athletes. He dominated the game. It's just
Totally.
Your heart stops when you see something like that. And
Yeah,
I'm glad
especially,
he's okay.
I mean, he's got a kid too who loves golf, who they've played in tournaments with together. And yeah, from the perspective of a sports fan, a human, a son, and someone who connects so deeply with the people who entertain me and amaze me with what they do on and off the field, it just it hits close to home, makes you think about a lot of things and what you do appreciate. So our hearts are out to you and your family, Tiger. We hope that everything is going well for you, and we do look forward to seeing you back on your feet soon, whether it's on or off a golf course. We're excited.
You just got to remember that he's a person before he's an athlete, and that goes for
Totally.
everyone.
Yeah. It's right. And I don't think it's funny because it connects differently. You see car accidents on the news with far greater impacts on those people's lives, including death, and that really don't hit you as hard because they're not big athletes or big superstars. But I think about it as if Tiger Woods is someone I've known my entire life without ever shaking his hand.
Mm-hmm.
So it feels close for sure.
Yes.
But it doesn't discredit those who do go through it, and we do love it. Speaking of athletes and their lives on and off the field, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, who is a striker, 38 years old for AC Milan in Italy, actually leads their league in scoring. He's one of the greatest to ever do it. He is. And he's also one of the greatest to ever say whatever the heck he wants anytime with no consequence. So why don't I pull up the quote from Zlatan Ibrahimovic today regarding LeBron James and his approach to how he handles his life in America as an athlete in basketball. Zlatan said LeBron is phenomenal at what he's doing, but I don't like when people have some kind of status. They go and do politics at the same time. He said, do what you're good at. Do the category you do. I play football because I'm the best at playing football. Oh, what's your first thought when you hear that, Max?
One of my first thoughts is Zlatan American?
No. He's not. He's a
not.
Swede.
He's not. Being an American athlete and such, our country with all these movements and things going on, I don't know if Zlatan necessarily has the right to come at LeBron like that.
Right.
He's not oppressed. Like LeBron,
definitely not.
Black Lives Matter and part of that movement. Like he feels he can contribute and use his platform to benefit, and I support
totally.
that. These athletes
I do too.
Be able, they have all this publicity. They can do some good with it. It's not just all about themselves all the time.
I agree, and even if it's not politics, if it's just donating or being charitable, being a good person with the social status, money, and power you have to do some good in the world. Now, I'm not putting that past Zlatan Ibrahimovic at all. The man holds himself. I mean, he thinks he's God, And at the end of the day, for how good of a footballer he is, it's hard for me to say that he isn't. It's unbelievable. He's not human. But at the end of the day, we all are. And I don't really think it's his place either to say something like that. But I do respect that the guy uses his platform to share his opinions as well. The only thing is he, is from Sweden. They're a small socialist country where you don't have to really fight for much.
And he plays in
you're
Europe
not put in that
too.
position. He does. Well,
So
in Europe,
he doesn't see the shit that Americans see all the time.
That's not totally true. It's a much, much worse and more violent and more blatantly flat out acceptable to be a racist or sexist in Europe just because of the neighboring countries and the wars and everything that goes on there. It's a different status. There's a guy who plays for Manchester United, a young striker named Marcus Rashford. He's one of my favorite footballers in the Premier League. He's going to be one of the best in the world if he isn't already. And he's African American, and he has struggled with death threats for when he misses shots in games. He has gotten all types of. It's different though, man. The fans in Europe, dude, it's unreal. And the things that people say that go unnoticed, it's not really held accountable for.
Look at Blair Walsh when he missed his field goal.
Oh, awful.
He got death threats too.
Of course.
It happens all.
Of course.
I'm
not talking about a field goal that takes you out of the playoffs, though. I'm talking about when you're up 3-0 against a team like Crystal Palace and you miss a 2-on-1 against the goalie. Yeah, it happens. It's football. No reason to bring his race into that, especially when the guy does so much for his community. We can move on from that topic, though. We're not really all about the controversialness. Yeah, that's not our thing. It's always important to analyze. Can't ignore what's happening, but it's not really our place. I could care less. Let's talk about Michigan. I absolutely hate them. They're the worst. They're awful.
Michigan.
Except, yeah, exactly. I wonder, actually, do I have the shirt here? I do not. That sucks. But I do have a shirt that says Muck Fishigan. Pretty funny. I actually got that in Columbus when I went to go see an Ohio State game, October 2019. But Michigan basketball, I believe, is the best team in the nation. Their offense, their defense, their coach, and their 7'2", 255-pound freshman center, Hunter Dickinson. This team looks unstoppable. I don't think there's anyone that can beat them. It's crazy. They'll when you look at a team and you think about who's going to win the championship, you got to think this team's got to take it in the round of 64, 32, 16, 8, 4, and 2. That's 6 straight games you have to win against teams who are there no matter what skill level, all or nothing. This is it for them. And then you run into teams with that mentality who are of the same skill level as you and have played the same type of big games as you. To win 6 straight games is a lot. When I look at any other team in the nation, the Baylor, Gonzaga, Illinois, Ohio State, Iowa, all these teams, I don't see teams that can win 6 straight games. Not even Ohio State. We're great. I think we can get to the 16, the round of 8, but we're not taking it this year. I don't really think so. It sucks. So Michigan's great. I wanted to put it out there now to prove that I'll share my opinions, but I'm unbiased when it comes to being a sports fan. I'll recognize greatness for what it is, and I'll respect it for what it is. Now, we'll keep an eye on that. Oh, yeah, definitely. Because on that same note, my Lakers are 1-5 without Big Anthony Davis.
Yes. AD, that team literally, I mean, we knew it last year. If LeBron or AD goes down, I guess you could say this for every team, though, now that I think about it. But seriously, injuries are a real problem. And AD, he's had a history of injuries. He has.
Yeah. It was one of the things I was worried about when he came over to LA. Looking at it from a Lakers fan perspective, my whole thing is LeBron has never been a great player in February. I look at it as right now, I'm watching Kyle Kuzma do a great job. I'm watching Alex Caruso step up. A few other guys who are playing good roles, but it worries me. As a basketball fan, I'm seeing a lot of other teams. I'm not focusing on the Lakers. I'm focusing on Utah. I'm focusing on Brooklyn still without Kevin Durant and what they're doing. And, the Clippers looking inconsistent and just destroyed as they always do.
We can go back to the Lakers, actually, because I have a question for you as a Lakers fan. Do you want DeMarcus Cousins back?
I don't think we're gonna
He
get
can
him, but
help?
I think it would have been great. He never played a game as a Laker, sat the bench, injured all year until the bubble last year, and the guy was he was fun to have around. Brought a lot of energy, and I think when he's healthy, he's great. The problem is we can't bring in another guy who we're gonna have to worry about with injuries. We signed someone the Suns dropped to a 10-day contract. I think his name was Damian Jones. Doesn't
Never
make
heard
any
of him.
sense to me. Averaged 3 points with Phoenix this year. We'll see. Everything has its perks and everything has to wait until June. At the end of the day, we're going to make the playoffs no matter what. And if you want to be the best team, it doesn't matter who you're playing. It just matters who you're beating. And I think for the Lakers, it's everybody. So we'll see. It's good to talk about these things every week because of how quickly things change. And we could be back next week and say, oh, well, the Lakers went 4-0 last week.
Right.
That'll be the next topic of discussion. It won't happen though. We're playing not too great. So something I saw 2 days ago, and I've been checking up on, made me so happy, is that California, LA County, which a month ago was the most dangerous place in the world with COVID, has reached an infection level lower than the required minimum to have fans in attendance at professional sports games. Dodgers start up in 33 days, and I'm super excited. On that note, I was actually vaccinated yesterday. I was given my first shot of the Moderna vaccine. I work at a restaurant, for those who don't know, and in Ventura County, they are authorizing restaurant workers to food and agriculture workers, to be more general, to go and get their vaccine, try and help save one more life. So I'm very excited about that. I'll stay low until I get my second shot, and then I will continue to lead by example by wearing a mask in public, being a good boy. Because that's what I try to be.
Be on your best behavior.
Always got to make Mama Dina proud, right?
Yes.
So my first thought is when can I sit my butt back in a seat at Dodger Stadium? And I can't help but get excited talking about it.
I miss Dodger dogs.
Me too, man. Of course you do, though.
Yes.
Little Snacks Max action. Of course he does.
Yes, bro. Seriously,
but and I do too, man. I won't put it past me. It's amazing, right? I just, I miss that. There's a scent, a smell when you walk into Dodger Stadium, the concessions, the seats, the field. Oh, dude, it's all just, it's sensory overload for me. I love it there. It's my favorite thing in the world. So that'll be really cool. I'm hoping we have that opportunity soon. I also would like to, when I have the chance to get in an airplane and travel, I'd love to go see Globe Life Park in Arlington, where the Dodgers won our World Series. I'd also love to go visit some friends in Wisconsin and Miami and Dallas, just to see the people I haven't really been able to see. It's an extremely uplifting opportunity for me. I'm beyond words to for how excited I am to have been given this vaccine and to be able to go back and get my other one. It's amazing. Oh, it's awesome. It's awesome. Speaking of, I guess anything we could be speaking of. We'll always circle back to the NFL.
Let's go back to Dodgers.
What are we going to talk about? You tell me.
Corey Seager.
Oh, yeah. Corey Seager made a comment at camp yesterday.
He said he doesn't want to talk about contracts.
His comment was that he's going to make no comment regarding the fact that after the 2021 season, he will be a free agent. I would love to re-sign him. I don't think we are going to. He is a client of agent Scott Boras. Scott Boras is notorious for getting guys way too much money for way too many years. He's the guy who got Bryce Harper his deal. And that's when I knew, okay, maybe not. We'll see. So I don't want to sign a position player, another one after having Mookie Betts and all these great talents we're going to have to re-sign, like Walker Buehler, Dustin May. Hopefully Gavin Lux does something. Geez, Trevor Bauer, you never know. I'm not going to give this guy a 6-year, $155 million contract, which he'll probably get somewhere like Anaheim. It's okay. I think he's a great player. He'll be a Dodger legend forever, no matter where he goes or what he does. He could kill a guy in Los Angeles and be completely fine with what he did for our city and for our fan base and our team. But we'll see. At the same time, I might just be talking out of thin air, and he could be signing an extension tomorrow with the Dodgers, bringing him back. I'm happy either way. Let's see what we got here. Let's talk about Damian Lillard. What's your thoughts about his situation in Portland, his future in Portland? and maybe stem into some other conversations. What do you think?
He's not going anywhere. He's going to be in Portland for his whole career.
It's possible.
They love him. He loves them. No, he's
yeah.
staying. Just watch. He's loyal.
He's loyal. Dame time ain't no having a lame time there, is he?
Like that team is playing without their second and third best player. And
injuries, dude, you want to talk about injuries. I can't believe we didn't bring up Portland earlier.
I mean, they were playing really well. They were playing really well without Nurk and CJ. But now they've lost 2 in a row to Denver and Washington. Like you said, the Wizards are playing.
Washington's on fire, dude. Oh my gosh. Russell Westbrook shooting his quality 25% from the field, going 20 for 80 every game and dropping 35 points, while Bradley Beal's just cooking. He's saucing guys up right now. It is amazing to watch. A young talent, a guy that we all have overlooked for many years, is now finally saying, here I am. Who wants me? Who's ready to come and get me? Because I'll tell you right now, I don't think he's staying in Washington.
No one wants to stay in Washington, bro.
Of course not. They're just a mess. They're a dumpster fire in the middle of a dumpster fire. It's awful. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, something that really warmed my heart this week, Max. You brought it up to me. What's going on right now that just makes you think of a warm heart?
So many things.
So many. I love that answer.
I'm not actually sure what you're talking about specifically.
Trey Mancini.
Oh, yes.
For those who don't know, Trey Mancini is a left fielder for the Baltimore Orioles in Baltimore. He was diagnosed with colon cancer, and it was actually spring training of last year, about a year ago. He had to miss the entire season. It was heartbreaking for him and his family. He's a guy like a lot of us. He just loved baseball, and his whole thing was, I want to play whatever I can do to play. Wasn't everyone else's main idea. I think most people, like myself and others, just wanted him to be healthy, so then he could one day come back and play again. It's exactly what he did. He got himself healthy, and he did what was necessary and did the work, went through rounds of chemotherapy, and had the support of everybody in America waiting for him to one day step on a baseball field again, which will be coming very soon. And I'm so excited. A very talented player as well, not to mention.
Great hitter.
Great hitter.
See what he
Great
does.
hitter. I hope
Baltimore, I don't know if they can really get any worse. So I think that they're going to be a little bit better with him back. Maybe
it'll be them in Pittsburgh.
And Adley Rutschman, maybe they'll call him up. So
yeah, he's a great prospect.
You never know.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. You never know.
Yeah, Miami did it last year.
And look, they made the playoffs and actually won a playoff series, their first one since 2003.
No one thought that was coming.
No, I didn't think it was coming.
Mm-mm.
But guess what? It came. What are you going to do? Sports are unpredictable. As I was telling someone the other day at work, he was like, I need your help with some games for my sports betting. And I told him, I said, look, I can try and insight you, but the reason there's no such thing as a professional sports gambler is because unless you are a genie or a wizard that isn't from Washington and not part of the dumpster fire, you can't predict the outcome of a sports game. It's impossible. It's impossible. I mean, the Lakers this year are 9 games under 500 against the spread. Makes no sense. Makes no sense, man.
I'm not into sports betting.
I appreciate it for what it is.
I'm trying to keep
with my history of addiction. I try to stay away from it more than anything, but I love to see what it's like. And I follow like Bleacher Report's betting Instagram and Twitter, and it's very fascinating to me that people think they can predict the outcome of a game, and that it instills a little bit of adrenaline for them. But for me, I just love sports for what it is. I don't need to have another factor than just sometimes sitting at home last night watching Edmonton beat the Vancouver Canucks 3-0, watch the whole third period. It was great because it's hockey. I didn't need to win money. I have a job for that. And if I was betting money, I would have to get another job so I could pay for that, you know? It's very rare that you win. Wow, time just flies by when you're having fun, doesn't it?
It sure does.
What would you have to say about that? It does. We're fun guys.
Live in the moment.
Live in the moment. You know, I was going to ask a trivia question at the beginning of the episode. I was going to ask a question about Cleveland. And right after I did that, Max made a Cleveland reference right before I was going to say it. And I thought, well, nothing I can do now. Too funny. What do you got planned this weekend, Max? Tell everybody.
I've got a project due.
Oh,
That's my
college,
weekend.
right?
Yes.
I got into college for the first time. I got into Moorpark. Very lengthy application process. Who would have thought? But considering my path in high school on and off the court, as we'd refer to an athlete, the fact that I'll be going to college is a miracle within itself.
We are excited for the future. I can't wait.
We're very excited for the future.
What Mike accomplishes.
Come on, baby. Professional. We'll just be doing this podcast every week, generating money. That's why for us, we'd love some likes and subscribes because believe it or not, we work very hard prior and post recording. The recording is the fun part. It's the 5% that we love because we get to sit here and
chat shit,
shoot at each other with whatever we want. Of course, seriously, It's great. So we appreciate that we get to share our best selves with everybody because the other 95% and the conversations we have when we were playing video games together, it's not the same. That might just be not censored for YouTube. We have fun playing. That's definitely our best selves, though. I'll say that. We have a fun time playing video games. Oh, I wanted to show you guys something. Something very near and dear to my heart. For those who don't know, I love Vince Scully. He's my idol, one of my favorites. And I have something from my 15th birthday. It's a signed ball from Vin. Now it's backwards, but it says to Matt, best wishes, happy birthday. It's our 50th anniversary ball too. And or maybe it was my 10th birthday. It was a long time ago, but I watched the Dodgers World Series documentary the other day and couldn't help but cry my eyes out because that's apparently all I do. I just held this ball for a little bit and really thought about how much this guy means to me and my family and how much I appreciate this. So I don't know if it made me think of one thing. I went and I hugged my dad. I actually woke him up and was like, love you. He didn't say anything back because he was sleeping, but it's cool to appreciate the ones you have. There's a lot that goes on in our lives and a lot that we could say about it. But one of the things I do enjoy about my weeks in the times of coronavirus is doing this podcast with you. So we continue to try and work every week to get better. We'd love any type of comment or negative or positive feedback, a like or a dislike. I don't care. We just love to have something to build on because
I want to like, I don't want to dislike.
we just want to bring you guys the best content possible and make sure that someone's happy. If I can say one thing in the span of 25 minutes that connects to one person, I've done my job. That's all I've got to say. And I'm having a fun time doing it.
That's what we're here for.
That's what we're here for. So I believe we're going to wrap it up. Max, do you have anything else you'd like to say?
I mean, as long as we're doing show and tell, I got a little item.
Let's see it. What is it?
Hold on.
He's got an item, folks.
Okay, so I thought this was pretty cool. My dad actually got this for me. I don't know if you can read it.
Nice.
2020 All-Star Game ball, which didn't happen. So
because it was supposed to be at Dodger Stadium. That's right. Yeah. Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, so the store that he got it from ordered them before the game was actually canceled.
Nice.
So they just had a bunch.
That's really cool. Okay, sweet. So
not as cool as your Vince Scully autograph, but
these are my AirPods. This is my all right. We're gonna head out. I hope you guys enjoy the video and we look forward to coming back next week. Take it easy.
Yeah. See you later, guys.